Are you in an area that is growing in popularity or one that is fizzling out? Especially here in Oregon and some of the cities around the state, people are feeling both sides of these coins. In some areas, businesses is booming and everyone seems to be coming in. And for some, it seems maybe a little stagnant. So let's take a look at where people are moving both locally here in Oregon and throughout the country. Hey everyone, my name is Joe Skipper and I'm the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. And today we're going to take a look at where the general US population is heading to and where specifically in Oregon people are going. This will give you some insight into what areas may be a smart investment and what areas to possibly stay away from. And that's not just for your own personal home, but for an investment property that may be out of state. Nowadays, it's easier than ever to invest in out-of-state properties. You may be limiting yourself if you're focused only on your specific area or your specific state. So let's take a look at and see what is going on throughout the country. And if you haven't already, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you want to stay up to date with the latest on the Oregon housing market so that you can make the best financial decisions for you and your family, then you could consider subscribing to this page. I put out content regularly so that you can be more successful, not only as a buyer and a seller on a personal level, but also as a home investor as well. So, US News and World Report came out with their latest rankings on some of those popular places to live in the United States. Now, these are the most desirable places, and though they do show a net gain in population, it doesn't mean they're the cheapest of the cities to live in. This report took specific topics like affordability, job market, and quality of life into consideration and surveyed people throughout the country in order to determine what was actually going on. And they ranked the top 25 cities based on this criteria. And I recommend going to this article if you want to know more about all of them. But for purposes of this video, we're just going to cover the top 10 places that people seem to be moving to. At number 10, Port St. Lucie, Florida makes the list. We actually have great family friends that live there and they love it, if that means anything to you. But they have a metro population of just under 500,000 people with an average home price of $430,000. The average salary is just under $50K. This city has rapid population growth and warm weather, with it being in Florida. And though they're not located on a beach per se, there are places just outside the city limits that do. The population grew 3.4% between 20 and 2021. Charlotte, North Carolina comes in at number 9 in the rankings with a median home price of $390,000 and an average salary of $52K. It was number 32 on the fastest growing cities out of the top 150 and maintains a steady job market, affordability, and 1% net growth in population. They aren't in the coastal range or by the beach, but it's still a great market for the other reasons that I mentioned. Well, look here. We have one of our local cities of Portland, Oregon as number 8 out of 10. Now, personally, you hear a lot of people that are moving out of Portland and Oregon, but Portland has been listed as one of the most desirable places to live in for a while now, according to these studies. This is a funky city with tons of food options and easy access to all sorts of outdoors activities, including snowboarding, skiing, mountain biking, hiking, fishing, running, pretty much anything outdoors Portland has. They're also within about an hour from the Oregon coast, so it's a convenient location for all sorts of things outdoors and the coastal community. Now, they're dealing with their homeless crisis and housing issues, but apparently this isn't factored into that study. Now, coming in at number 7 is a retirement destination of Sarasota, Florida. Obviously, the weather, again, plays a factor, as well as their tax system, but the median age of this city is 53, so you young kids out there may want to pass on this city. They are seeing its population growing rapidly by 3.5%. It's the second fastest growing metro city out of the top 150. They have super popular beaches and, of course, the warm weather. Now, heading back to the West Coast is number 6 on our list, and that is San Diego. The median home price is a bit higher at $919,000, but no one said this video is on the cheapest places to live. Their annual salary is $67,000, and what comes with San Diego is the sandy beaches, the weather, and some huge attractions like the popular San Diego Zoo and Balboa Park. Okay, let's fly back to the East Coast and get another city in Florida at number 5, and that is Naples, Florida. The average home cost is $832,000 and the average salary is $50K. Still really spendy for the average salary, but again, the warm Florida weather and the beaches but also it's a little bit more of a remote location, which has appealed to some different types of people moving there. Okay, I'm tired of flying back and forth, but number 4 for ranking is back in California and is Los Angeles. The median home price is $836,000 and the average salary is $63K. We're starting to see a trend here, and that is warmth, beaches, sun. It's the second most populous city in the US and is obviously known for the extensive film industry there. It's ranked number 3 out of 150 places for the best places to live in the US. Now, warm weather and beaches again gives us the number 3 most desirable place to live in the US, and that is Honolulu, Hawaii. With an average home price of $580,000 and an average salary of $61K, Honolulu offers what we all think of when we think of Hawaii. Beautiful beaches, nice weather, tourist attractions, hiking, pretty much everything a perfect place has in your mind, Honolulu has it. It's ranked number 2 out of 150 for the most desirable. Now this one at number 2 is a little different and has some similarities as Oregon, but it's Colorado Springs, Colorado. They have an average home cost of $515,000 with an average salary of $57,000. This city was ranked number 2 this year for desirability after ranking number 1 for the last 5 years in a row. You have access to all outdoor activities in Colorado City, with it being located close to the Rockies for all your mountain activities. The cost of living is higher here, but compared to the others on this list, it's one of the more affordable cities on the list. So, this may come as a surprise, but the number 1 most desirable city to live in the US is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now, fun fact, I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, but that is not why this city is the most desirable. The median sales price is an affordable $390,000 with an average salary of $40,000. It's the fastest growing metro city at 4.46% since 2021. It's a popular tourist destination and is also ranked as one of the best places to retire in the US. So there you have the 10 most desirable cities in the United States. Now some may be a surprise while others are a no-brainer. Think Hawaii. But what about Oregon? What cities are people actually moving to within the state right now? Now let's go over the places with the most population growth within Oregon and talk a bit about why I believe this is the case, and this is my personal opinion. With a huge population growth of 6.7% in 2022, Happy Valley is becoming a top city to move in around Portland. Happy Valley is located just outside the city of Portland, so access to and from the city is easy, and you can use their TriMet system to and from there, so it's got multiple ways of getting access to downtown Portland. They're on the east side of Oregon, so the access to Mount Hood and all the outdoor recreation you will ever need is less than an hour away. Now they have access within the city to all of your grocery needs, shopping, and dining with huge franchises there, as well as tons of boutique style places. It pretty much has all you need in a city, and you can live near Portland and not have to deal with what comes with living inside Portland. Redmond, Oregon is a central Oregon town outside of Bend and Sisters and has a current population growth of 5.3%. Now, if you aren't familiar with Central Oregon, just in general, it's a huge tourist attraction. It's got more seasonal weather over there compared to the valley, which gets lots of rain. It's high desert over there, which gives you a more normal type of weather pattern over the year. The outdoors is amazing over there, and people from all over the world go to bike, hike, mountain climb, ski, and snowboard there. Redmond is about a half hour north of Bend, which is a city we will get into in a second, but I think one of the reasons Redmond is growing is because of the overgrowth of Bend and the significant price increases that are coming with that growth in Bend. Now, Redmond is still somewhat affordable at this moment and not too far from Bend, which is extremely popular. Bend has been massively growing in popularity for a long time now, and I think that when COVID came and people were stuck in their homes and maybe they were able to work from home more often, they were able to be more flexible on where they lived. And Bend was a great place and is a great place to live. So a lot of people moved over there and continue to do so. Now, Redmond being so close but not in Bend has allowed people to get over to Central Oregon without the cost of living in Bend. Maybe something to consider when you're looking for a rental home. Now, speaking of Bend, this kind of surprised me, but the population growth in 2022 was just 2.5%. Now, that's still a lot, especially for what a smaller community over there in the past has had, but I was just expecting more this year. Bend is beautiful. I could go on and on about it, but I'm not going to bore you with how awesome it is. There are amazing shops and dining. You're so close to Mount Bachelor for snowboarding and skiing, some of the best in the world. You have a cool downtown, awesome hiking, biking, and nature. You can float the Deschutes River in the summer as well as fish it. It really has it all. But I will say what I think has happened over a short amount of time was that population growth that Bend wasn't really expecting. So when you go there, traffic in and around Bend can be really bad, especially during the more popular times there, which seems to be always now. I have really good friends that live there, and they are bummed out that everyone is going there and clogging everything up. What I say to them is stop being so popular then. Now, besides these cities, there are a few notable cities with good population growth and good communities that I wanted to mention. Salem, which is the state capital, Tigard, and Westland all saw positive population growth in 2022. Salem, being the capital, has the most diversity in the type of living there. You can get anything from an apartment for super cheap to a multi-million-dollar home. Tons of state work is centered there, obviously, and they are working on their downtown to improve the look and feel of it. There is still a fairly significant transient population there, especially downtown, but you can get some really nice homes in really nice areas of Salem. Westland and Tigard are just south of Portland and are also pretty great places to live if you want to be closer to the Portland lifestyle. Their schools are really good. The location of shopping and necessities is there, and Westland in particular has a really cool downtown for shopping and for dining. Now, there are cities that are not mentioned here that do have population growth and are popular and people are moving there, but I just wanted to highlight some of the ones that I'm seeing the most population growth recently. Some of the cities that have lost popularity in Oregon are Tualatin, Gresham, and Portland. Now, I have my own opinions as to why, but you'll have to wait for another video for that. But if you have any questions at all on these or any city that you're thinking of moving to, both within Oregon and outside the state, please feel free to reach out and we can chat about it. My brokerage has access to thousands of amazing agents throughout this entire country and world that can help you decide which city is going to be right for you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my page so that you can stay up to date with the latest on what's going on in the housing market here in Oregon. Thanks, guys.